Flag salute light.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Song by Cheryl.
Country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims pride, from every mountain side, let freedom ring.
All right, do we have any guests today? Back there, Bob? Do we have any guests? No. No guests, okay. All right, Steve, it's yours.
Thank you, King Lion. We have Lion Skip with a really green-looking single. Okay, all right, Lion Skip.
President Tom Fellow Live as a guest. Happy dollar for another fun kettle corn adventure. Look forward to seeing each and every one of you out there helping, especially you, Kynaston. Kegler. I knew it was the K word, Terry. I'm sorry. I went with Terry. Days, half the group goes, who? That's scary. Had a good time with kettle corn. It was even more fun cleaning up Monday morning. That's another thing that would be really awesome to see people enjoy with us.
I'll throw a couple in. President Tom. Have two happy dollars. The first is happy for you. Meryl and I will be going to Canada this weekend, and we probably will not think of any of you at the time. So the other happy dollar is we made a visitation to Lazante Leo's yesterday, and they are enthusiastically waiting to assist us at Maryland's conference. So we'll have probably 6 to 8 Lazante Leo's helping out around the conference. So I'm really happy about that. Lion Leroy, a comment. Past President Lion Leroy.
Thank you, 12 Twister Steve. 12 Twister. Got a happy bug as I look around. King Lion, Tom, fellow lions and guests. Yeah, I'm a rookie. As I'm looking around here, I see these signs for the Black Water Band and this werewolf. Anyway, this is my little brother's band, and this is him. He kind of looks like this. Those of you who know Mark, at least for here, anyway, join them. It looks like they're playing Friday night.
President Thomas, yes, I get a couple dollars here. First one, I was out taking a walk the other day about Lexington, and I ran into Gina from our club. She had her grandson out playing, and she looks great, she's feeling better, and she still has the road to go yet. The other dollar, we got two guys here today that I haven't seen for a long time. One is Randy right here. He says, about time I made a meeting. And then that guy sitting across from me, that Ralph Lazante dude. Yeah. Ralph came in for his perfect attendance pin.
It's online every week.
We had to remind him not to sign in as a guest. Okay. Here we go, Lion Dwayne.
I got a happy $2 Pioneer Lions Tom. We had a late check-in for a guest, and Camargo. She was sitting right across from Dave, so I just wanted to welcome her.
right, here we go. Lion Sharon.
Good afternoon, fellow Lions, or President Tom, fellow Lions and guests. I have a sad dollar for Isla. She kind of took a little bit of a tumble yesterday over her suitcase and she fell. And when she texted me, this is what she said. I broke my glasses and a nail, and I think I broke a rib. After 6 hours, 5.5 hours at the hospital, she did in fact break a rib. So that's for Isla. And then this is also for Happy Buck for me. I won't be gone for the next 2 weeks because we're leaving for our cruise.
All right. Bob, you're going to be busy, Buster.
Hey, Bob, if you're gonna put a buck in the bucket, you can't take it out of that bag.
Ralph, what do you have to say for yourself? You're looking good. You're looking good. When he left the club, he was number 115. Now he's down to 60. He has been gone a while. Good to see you though. Great to see you. Past District Governor Mark.
President Tom, District Governor of Maryland, fellow Lions and guests, $5 today. First quote of the week, it is March Madness, so I thought a quote from John Wooden would be appropriate. You cannot live a perfect day without doing something for someone who will never be able to repay you. Second dollar. It was a very busy and productive week. Unfortunately, our condo association still doesn't have a landscaper, so about 5 hours yesterday I was mowing and edging lawns and cleaning up all sorts of fun stuff. It was nice to see my sister late last week in Seaside. Third dollar, very happy to be a strong believer in lifelong learning. And recently I learned why a rooster crows so early in the morning. It's to get a word in before the hens wake up. Maybe I should have gone to that before, but fourth dollar is a Frank Brown Memorial. 13 years ago this week, Frank passed away. He's left quite a legacy to our club, so I thought it would be nice to remember that. And the final dollar has to do with Isla. I saw her post on Facebook about breaking her rib. Just remember, it only hurts when you laugh. Good luck on the cruise.
Thank you. President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, Steve mentioned Leo's. We actually took chocolate and put it in eggs, and we actually worked on their service project. So that was kind of fun. And District I is the conference that we're going to in Canada. You mentioned that, right? That we're leaving and skipping town. Oh, what better? Nanaimo, that's exciting. No masks. We don't have to have a COVID test. April 1st. We were scheduled to go on the 31st. I changed that real fast. So that's really wonderful for that. So what's the other dollar for? Last weekend, we attended a virtual conference for District F, which is Eastern Washington, Southeast. And Friday night was a trivia event. We played Jeopardy, learning about the services for those who are blind or impaired in some way. Services we don't need when we have vision, but it was pretty interesting. We didn't get very many answers right, did we? Sorry.
Of the three teams, we came in third. Past District Governor Jim.
King Lion Tom, fellow Lions and guests, I've got $2. That's all Eileen will give me each week. I have a happy dollar and a sad dollar. The sad dollar is right after I retired and moved to Longview in 1976, I went into a club called Toastmasters International where I met some outstanding people. Hal, you weren't one. It happened to be 1976 in the bicentennial, and Hal and George Rader, who's a member of this club, the third I don't remember, and a leader named Bob Williams went around the county dressed as George Washington and Benjamin Franklin. Who all was it, Hal?
Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah.
John Adams?
Yeah, and did a great job, and as a result, 3 of them went into politics. That's bad. Anyway, we lost Bob Williams last week. It was in the paper, and I called Hal, and he told me evidently it was a very untimely and a negative part of his wife's life. The good news is I went on a work party Friday. First time since 1983. First time since 1983 I didn't carry a camera. Yeah. And anyway, you know, you've heard some of these people that have been around a while, we like to say, they didn't do it like we used to. They didn't do it like we used to. From what I could observe while I sat there half asleep that early in the morning, they were 10 or 100 times more efficient than we were back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The setup were extraordinary. They knew what they were doing. They kept track of the money. I don't want to mention any names, but we had a club secretary when I joined that when we raised money, he put it in a canvas bag and threw it, wadded up and threw it in the window of the bank at the end of the day. And if you ask him how much money we made, he had one answer: it's none of your damn business. So that's changed. Terry, you'll be glad to know they even separated the bills and put them flat according to 1, 5, 10, whatever you got. We didn't do that. Remember how we used to unscramble the bills and iron them? Anyway, that was my happy book and sad book.
I thought you were the progress.
I did too.
So, since President Tom, since the program is over.
I'm better than the program. Terry's the program.
Okay, all right, all right.
You couldn't make it quick. Because he took all your...
Oh, did he?
Past council chair, Hal.
Thank you, Honorable Tail Twisters. Here's $5, a combination of dollars there. One I rototilled yesterday, and parts of my body, President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, still work. I don't know how or why. Second happy dollar is, my brother's in Denver. That makes me happy. It makes you guys happy. Yeah, and I guess I got to tell you, Bob Williams and I were very close friends, even throughout the last years. And I got to tell you, talking to his wife, Jane, this last few months with, I don't know if you know, Parkinson's affects everybody just a little bit different. And I got to tell you, in the last few months, Bob was unable to eat or talk. And as my friends say, a politician that can't talk, what's wrong there? It's just not right. But I got to tell you, he was a fantastic influence in my life. He led me back to Christ. He taught me so many things about campaigning and how to run a grassroots campaign. And it's just, my heart hurts for their family, but I know Bob is in heaven where he belongs.
Past President Jim.
President Tom, fellow Lions, guests, I'd just like to say, I'd like to say I really appreciate Jim Reinecke, but I can't. Tomorrow, $5. Tomorrow is National Vietnam War Veterans Day. So everybody give them a hug.
Come here. The only reason you hug is so you
Past President John.
Thank you, you of the sloping forehead. President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, that's a two-part dollar. The first of it's happy because I got Phil Olson fined $1 last week, and that's payment for the fine too.
Well, all right then. There you go. I think we're down to Dave. Oh. Past president and past secretary and past out. Phil. You don't need to stand, Phil.
Thank you very much. President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, there's $5 there. Two of them are kind of for the not signing in last week and not signing in this week. So Cindy, you can relax on that. Yesterday we had 4 showings at our house, and Tony and I found out that it's really hard to find things to do for 4 hours. But anyway, things are moving on that front. So more to come later. Thank you.
Lion Terry and past president Terry, past own chair Terry, past. You are past Terry.
Past everything, yeah. Thank you, President Tom, fellow Lions and guests. Yeah, I've got a happy and a sad dollar. The sad dollar is one of my good friends died the other day, and the good news is the rest of you friends are out there. So.
Let's do Dave, and then we'll come back to you. It'd be acceptable, Tom? Okay.
Dave's a lot nicer than you. All right, Dave, you're on, man.
Lion David.
President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, I have a happy song for all of you, and I'm going to give $20 for the happy bucks. I'm very blessed by all of you. I don't know all of your names, but I'm blessed by each and every one of you. And the song that I'm going to sing is very appropriate for the occasion. It's called Count Your Blessings. When upon life's billows you are tempest tossed, when you are discouraged thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. Are you ever burdened with a load of care? Does the cross seem heavy you are called to bear? Count your many blessings, every doubt will fly, and you will be singing as the days go by. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done. When you look at others with their lands and gold, think that Christ has promised you his wealth untold. Count your many blessings, name them one. Money cannot buy your reward in heaven, nor your home on high. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done.
So amid the conflict, whether great or small, do not be discouraged, God is over all. Count your many blessings, my angels will attend. Help and comfort give you to your journey's end. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God hath done. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your many blessings, see what God hath done.
Thank you, David. Why, Bob? Big Bob.
President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, I got a happy buck. I want to thank everybody for helping on tables and chairs like they do. And since tomorrow's Hug a Veterans Day, if you can get a Vietnam veteran, it's not thank you for your service, it's welcome home.
President Tom.
I have $5 just to thank everybody in the club for everything that you guys have done. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and I just hope that we can keep up good work that we're doing. There's a couple other things that I have ideas on, so we'll just leave it at that. All right, moving along. I'm going to turn this over to Terry for awards.
Thank you, President Tom, fellow Lions and guests. It's awards day. Anyway, we had our little meeting last week, and we came up with some people who did stuff, believe it or not. So number one, the rookie Lion of the month was Susan Farquhar. She helped with the book reading down there at, where did you guys read books? Columbia Heights. And anyway, she joined that, so we're always thankful for rookies to get involved in this stuff. Are we going to go steady? Are you going to pin me? Or just stick it down there? Okay, congrats. Hey, Dwayne, stay here. By the way, Dwayne, for Unsung Lion of the Month, Dwayne Smith, for all the work he does for making the video for us, and for what he did for the Lions chuck wagon, or the wagon pickup wagon. Yeah.
We really need Gita back, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
She had a name that at least you couldn't pronounce. At any rate, next one. Yeah, give Susan a big cheer. The next one, Unsung Lion, was Judge Jim Stonier. Hey, they're either coming or going. I can't get them.
Which way you going, Jim? Apparently made it here. Visiting with my friend Skip.
No, you're not visiting with your friend. Anyway.
Friends, you always want to say hi.
Yeah. Anyway, for your impromptu program during the month that I thought was really impressive, so that we granted you as Unsung Lion, co-Unsung Lion. Tom, you want to get Cheryl up? She can't.
Hey, Jim.
Turn on, Jim.
Focus on him and Photoshop me. Oh boy, we Photoshop you.
And finally, for Lion of the Month, a gal that headed up the reading program there at Columbia Heights, Sandy Cat, was the chairman of that, and she's been under the weather, but she did show up that day, and she did a lot of work
She
on it.
was online,
She's,
but at 12:30, she went for her first of 5 radiations.
okay, well, see what you did, Jim? She doesn't get it now. And anyway,
Hey, Terry.
Eric, congratulations for Sandy.
And she showed up last Friday at the kettle corn.
Okay. A couple other things is that when Jim was talking about his secretary treasurer, most of you think it's me all the time, but it wasn't me when he joined the club. It was somebody that was really old.
We're not quite that old.
At any rate, he's the one that taught me how to do everything too. At any rate, and thanks for your program, Jim. I don't have to add quite as much as usual. The other thing is, for other people that didn't get awards but really have been working, Pat Palmer for doing bookmarks for the reading program. Cindy and Louie, of course, do an awful lot of stuff for everything. They did vision screening besides other things with the Valentine's Day dance. And Mike Casanova took his daughter to the Valentine's Day dance, son or dad and daughter. So, father-daughter. Well, he was a dad. You almost got to be one of those. Anyway, I guess I'm through messing around with it. District Governor Marilyn has some more awards to give, so I will cede the floor to her.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to sit behind that?
I need the steps to over here too. Did you want to do more or?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, you're up.
No, can I stand by you? Okay. Actually, I can do my workout here.
Yeah. Hey! You do your best workout.
That's scary. Is this okay, Hal?
Getting better by the moment.
All right. I have the pleasure of awarding 2 lions that have been with us for a few years. One has been here for 20 years, so 15 years. 15. And that is Ralph Lazante.
Hey, wow.
Come on up. Lions, it pays to make a phone call to urge someone to come to a meeting.
Yeah, right. That counts.
They told me I'm here for my perfect attendance award.
Well, I don't know, I guess, since you showed up today. So, Ralph, this is a chevron that you can wear with your lapel pin, if you can find it.
I have it, yep.
Good. You've been a lion for 15 years. And you know what I remember most about you? Is dancing with that beautiful wife of yours.
Yeah, in
Cabaret, yes. So we're so glad that you introduced us to your cute little wife.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. And all of the things that you have been able to do for the Lions when you're not working. But many times, Ralph's been on our Zoom meetings and we don't know it always. So I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
Yes. And this letter is from the International President, and I challenge you to read it. He serves with the heart, and that is his theme this year, service from the heart. And I know that many of us serve from our hearts, so thank you, Ralph. And then I want a drum roll for this one. 30 years, Terry Kegler. Come on down.
That's why Terry
Terry, I want to congratulate you. Thank you for continuously serving our Lions Club. And even when you're not here, I know you think about us, right? Absolutely. And Terry, for some of the members that haven't been here, or not haven't been here, but are newer Lions, did you want Terry in there? Okay.
Just that.
Okay. Anyway, for those newer Lions, Terry is one that has provided many protection for our events with tarps. And he taught me how to not twist an electrical cord, and I've never forgotten that. It's a very important thing. Thank you, Terry, for coming today. Again, days to call your lions and say hello. Hey, come here, I want to say hi and recognize you for service. So we just thank you so much. What about? Oh, how old was he? Yeah. Right. Now I have one more little recognition. That's a little silver pin for membership. President Tom, would you come forward, please? All right, Tom. Silver is, I believe, how many members have you sponsored? Pat and anyone else?
Pat and my two sisters.
And your two sisters? And what's his name?
What's his name?
Your relative.
Our good friend. No, it's not a relative. It was.
So there you go. Anyway, this is a pin to add to your collection for the members that you have sponsored. Most recently, I think, is Pat and your sisters. So congratulations. And thank you for supporting Lions.
And on behalf of the President Tom for Lions and Guests, on behalf of Lions Club International Foundation, I do want to recognize some people here today who have donated this year. And it's a Lions Share pin for Maryland. Steve, you want to come up and get yours? Do I need to bring it to you, or have Maryland bring it to you? Just give it to Maryland.
Yeah, we don't want to see it.
Mark Kelch, I've got one for you, Mark. Let me see if I can get it to you. Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm a horrible throw. So, but I also want to point out, there are a number of people who gave some anonymous donations the day when I sent the envelope around. There's at least 10 or 15 of you in there that need to get a pin. And if you want to tell me who you are, I will give you a pin. If you don't want to tell me who you are, come up afterwards. I'll give you the pin. I don't know who you are. So, for those people, we appreciate that. And this year is going to be another red letter year for LCIF, for the Longview Pioneer Lions. Thanks to people like leaders.
And what was it for again?
Lions Clubs International Foundation donations. Okay? If I missed somebody, then you need to let me know too. I did that from memory.
Good?
Okay, any more for you?
What's up? No, I'm good. We're good. Thanks,
One more. Bill?
Oh, Bill. President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, the Special Awards Committee is very, very active, as you all know, and met. Anyway, over the years, especially early years in Lions, I heard many, many stories about people rooming together at conferences and conventions. Stories about things like snoring and farting and various other things. And so I convinced Tony to go to every conference with me when I was going through the chairs, because I wasn't really interested in rooming with anybody. But we have a very special prize to give away today, and I want the club to help me select the winners. So if Mark Kelch, Mike Firth, Hal Palmer, and Greg Firth would please come forward. Just gather up here. Just gather up here somewhere.
What about Stopper?
Okay, come on up, Ron. So here's the deal. The conference this year is at a very, very special hotel. The lodge is really a nice place. They have a special package called the romance package. When you walk into the suite, you are greeted with rose petals all the way to the bed. There's a bucket with iced champagne. There are rose petals all the way to the two-person jetted tub. And there's cordials on the pillows. It is very, very special. So we've asked the Heathman Lodge to donate that, and I want you to help me select the winners. So your voting will be by applause. So we need to to have 2 people selected. So by your applause, all those in favor of Mike Firth.
Come on, we gotta get it.
And Greg Firth. And Mark Kelch. And Hal Palmer. Okay, well, it looks like Greg and Kelch, Mark, will be sharing a room together. We'll be waiting with bated breath to hear what they have to say.
I love you, man.
We shared a room.
Hey, Mike, we won.
Yeah, we did! President Tom, fellow Lions and guests, if I might, over one weekend I slept with all 4 of those people. In Osoyoos, Canada, of all places.
You only slept part of the time.
And every night I went to sleep, all 4 of them had CPAP. And I was happy that they did because they actually went to sleep during the conference.
Thanks, John. Okay, Steve?
President Tom.
One sec.
What?
Hey, Tom, I have a question. Why does the past district governor over there have a wanted poster with his picture on it?
Oh, okay, Steve, go ahead.
President Tom, Lions and guests, first of all, we'll be repeating this week after week after week after week after week after week after week. May 13th and 14th is the conference for celebrating Maryland's District Governor Year. It's at the Heathman Lodge. Very, very nice lodge, as you described, Bill. And we have registration forms available at any time. And you can also get them online. Thank you.
Okay, Cindy?
President Tom, members and guests, squeeze in here with some seating. There is a zone meeting April 11th at Kalama Community Building in Kalama. And that's $14 for dinner. So anybody can go. The more people we have, the better it is. So think about signing up. The sign-up sheet's right over there. Thanks.
All right, Louis, you got something on concessions? I hope not.
Trail twister, come on.
President Tom, fellow Lions and guests. Kettle corn. Sign up. You'll have a lot of fun. Jim Reineke was there, and if he can do it, all of you can do it. So, and it was a pleasure to have him there. And
He has never heard that before.
number 2, tomorrow's Wednesday. We have to move the stuff out of Millennium, the screens. Randy here is going to be there with his tow truck to haul it over to the shop. So we need lots of help. So at 9 o'clock, meet us at the shop, and we'll divide it up into crews. And I even called Bob Jessen to come to organize it in the shop for us, because he's a good organizer, and he said he would be there. So we need lots of help to do this.
Or we'll just leave it at Millennium and they can do what they want.
But anyway, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at the shop. We need all the help we can get. And Rick's going to be there with his trailers. I already asked Mike, he said no. So anyway, and then also too, I have a
schematic on the trailer, the new truck wagon, and Cindy also put it in the newsletter. So look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
Is anybody else? Greg, did you have something I forgot to ask you? Okay. Marilyn?
Do we have time? I'm going to share another conference story. Do I have time?
Yeah, go for it.
President Tom Fellow, Lions and guests. You know about those conferences and those boys and all their shenanigans? I distinctly remember one night crawling into bed and having potato chips between the sheets.
Yeah, Jim.
Tom, one more thing.
Yeah.
That's the conference story. I remember one morning in conference on Saturday night going to all the hospitality rooms, and on Sunday morning getting up and going down the hallway to where they had one of the hospitality rooms and hammering on the door. And somebody opened the door and the people that were there had left early and the room had put some strangers in. I was very embarrassed.
Did you apologize, Jim?
Give them membership applications.
Was it Greg and Mark? Was it Greg and Mark?
Okay, moving along here, Margie, Bob, do you have anything for the sunshine back there? Okay. All right, so the announcements, we need help tomorrow for sure. There's a lot of stuff out there at Millennium to move down to the shop. So I hope everybody shows up. Okay, moving along. Cindy, any senility?
Did Jim leave? Jim Stoner?
Yep.
He didn't sign in.
Well, he didn't sign in, he didn't sign out, so.
So he's even.
So he's good. All right, so, well, let's get on with this drawing. I don't know where the ticket, oh, here they are. Okay, if this isn't mine, I'm not gonna read it. What do I have my glasses?
Right there.
117, 8, 2,
Yeah.
9. Who got it? 829 is the last three numbers. Oh. So you know what? Sharon said we can't do it the next 2 weeks until she comes back. Anyway, the red ticket is 057 073. 073.
There he is.
Where would you like it to go? Okay?
What did you say at the casino? Yeah.
All right, and the baked goods go to Jane's back.
President Tom, first pick goes to Louis. And whatever is left over, you get.
What?
Oh.
They get
we have a drawing, and I have to say, I asked Cindy to pick the name, and the very first one she pulled out was somebody that was here.
Actually here.
And
Good job.
usually we have to go through 10, 15 of them to find one.
Right.
And it happens to be Mike Parker.
Hey,
So you can either have a free dinner, or where would you like it to go? White Cane. White Cane. All right. And with that,
You got big.
oh, grab me another ticket out of there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a trick.
All right, whoever has ticket number 057052.
Rod.
057052. Red ticket.
Who's got it?
Nobody's got it? Oh, maybe I got it. Nope.
Dave's got a bunch of them.
Nobody's got the red ticket?
Dave's got a whole bunch of them.
052 is the last three.
They're in a row.
Yeah.
Let's draw again.
I'm gonna draw again. Somebody will get it. How about 060?
No.
060. Oh. All right. Come up here, please. Here is another apron for you.
In case you get one.
From Phil Olson, who bought it back when, and is donating it back. So
Original issue.
it's an original issue, and it doesn't.
There's only a little grease on it.
And with that,
With that.